This is now going to be fucking Bronco trying to throw Trump off, trying to get rid of him. He was injected into the system by the public. This swamp does not want this. James Novak is a great writer for CNBC. He was the truth. There is right now a threat to our democracy. A threat to our democracy. It's coming from the media. They're trying to overthrow the president. Now, see, that sounds hysterical. I don't think so. I just don't. But would you find overthrow? Well, then why would you make up 1,000 stories? Why would you put 20, 30 articles a day in the paper trying to take them down?
I'll give you that. Listen, guys, with every single story seems to be a hit job on Trump. I'll give you that.
Yeah, well, that's wonderful.
But, he brings it on himself.
You could argue that, but let's go back to Watergate. You go back and get the Washington Post and the New York Times. Any papers from that day, you would find that there was Woodward Burns and maybe another reporter or two, and there would be occasional articles. Not even every day. There would be occasional. They didn't take the whole thing. The papers were run by three families who were running these papers, and they were running businesses. They're no longer, that's another thing, it's not the New York Times, Washington, they're not operating as businesses. They've each been bought by billionaires. They don't need them for any business purpose. Neither of them get any money from business, but they use them as weapons, political weapons right now. Carlos is at the Times, Bezos, and Post. So we've never seen this before, where an entire newscast, entire everything is running full blast, 24/7, trying to take out a president. Even Colbert, that kind of stuff. You've never seen that anywhere. A 1-hour late night entertainment show will drop every other topic and just go after the president. But attempt to take him out. This is not, let's just make fun of, they don't like him. This is an attempt to take him out. They're all children.
Look, here's something. Don't think it's the responsibility of the White House press office to kind of segue the daily message. They never seem to have a positive message. It always seems to be chaos or is reacting to either a tweet or a leak or something like that.
This is war. This is war. There's confidence. You see that picture I put the other day? President Trump is at a rally and there's a soldier there who's so old and he had no arms. He had artificial arms. He couldn't shake hands. Even he shook his hand. He couldn't feel it. So Trump reached out and put his hand across the soldier's face to so you feel some human contact. It was so touching. Now the Times, of course, supposed to put a critical picture saying Trump's last veteran. Look at this crazy Morning Joe Mika with this fake story about Kellyanne Conway. Said, I have to take her back after I talk about Trump. I'm just in it for the money. I know her. Well, this ridiculous, totally made-up fake story. This impossible, ridiculous story. Why? They're looking for attention.
But you have to assume that everybody who does a negative story about Trump is making it up.
No, you would have to assume Washington Post, New York Times, and we know they are making it up because very often we get caught. But that just question of which story turned out to be totally false. Morning Joe, they've been caught a million times. MSNBC's been caught. Rachel Maddow has been caught a million times. You try to sue. Let's say a guy told me, I was watching the show, and he said, that Joe Barton, what a nasty guy. He came in and somebody said hello and he shoved him. That you think I would believe that?
Yeah.
Nobody knows you would believe that. Right. It just doesn't. So it's the same thing with Kellyanne Conway. It's the opposite. It's like Trump asking for a loyalty oath. Everybody that knows him just laughs. It's not anything he's ever done anywhere with anybody ever. It's ridiculous.
I find it hard to believe, though, that all of these stories are made up. The loyalty oath, this whole, actually, I tend to believe this whole classified thing.
Yeah, but how many times have they been caught? I mean, how many times do they have to watch them get caught? New York Times have been caught over. A guy called a couple weeks ago, he said, name one story. So I just did a little research, and I came up with like 150. And I can't keep doing this. So I put them up on the web. They're on the web page. You got to go back about a week or two. But there's a list of like hundreds of fake stories that newspapers have printed. Just totally fraudulent stories. Again, it's the swamp trying to get rid of this guy. They are trying desperately to take him out. Here's the other thing. What if he ever actually did something wrong? just another story. Exactly. It's just ridiculous.
Well, the thing is, he's going to become immune to negative press because that's all he has.
Oh, he's as tough as nails. Here, here's a good example with Mika and Joe. The way they con their audience, they just play with this audience. They showed the picture of the Russian meeting with that ambassador, you know, the guy in all the controversy. And Mika says, why was he in the room? Why is he even in this meeting? They never mentioned that he's always in the meeting with the president. He was in the room in the Oval Office 18 times with President Obama. But they immediately leave that out. They leave all of that out. So if this were true, that Trump did leak classified information, there's no evidence it's true, but if it were true, I guarantee you, Hillary Clinton would be in court suing you for plagiarism. She would come after you. That's the other thing. The DNC put out a statement saying,
Come on.
They had a candidate
What are you doing?
who leaked 35,000 classified emails. In those emails were the names of agents, the names of undercover people, the location of Ambassador Chris Stevens in Benghazi was in those emails, drone locations, weapons locations, nuclear locations were in those 35,000 emails. They got leaked all over the place. I guess that's what the DNC said. You can't have the nomination if you did that. That's right. Yeah. We'll get back to this. Hey, the MTA. You'll listen to the paper today. Am I just telling you for months about how bad this is? Yeah. There is something different. It was that awful Thomas Pendergast, the worst MTA commissioner in the world. Bring back Peter Calico. He was pretty good. Smartest guy. Bring him better. Sheila Roberts.
Wasn't that many people riding something? Well, I think Brian was a little higher when Calico was
Here's what I'm getting at. They're claiming, and I don't believe it, but somebody doesn't see that before about it. They're claiming ridership doubled, and that's why service has slipped dramatically over the last couple of years. But people that have studied this, these experts, say every other subway in the world is using modern, digital, electronic, computer systems, and they're still on this old thing that runs the whole train system. It's 1916. You can see pictures of it. It's like old pulleys and levers. It looks like an old switchboard. So if that's the problem, they've never updated it. They're going to do certain things. By the way, this is all Governor Cuomo's fault. Don't blame Mayor de Blasio. He has nothing to do with the subway. So when you go to vote for governor in New York City and you're unhappy about the subways, remember this is all Governor Cuomo. He's the one that's running the subway. So think about that before you vote for him. And you know how he sent hundreds of state troopers down to all over the West Side Highway giving out tickets? Why did he send them into the subways? There is a huge problem there. I think that they need a lot more cops because they've got more panhandlers, more problems. Send those state troopers into the subway. That's where they're needed. Now, they're saying another problem is when somebody, you know, like a because of a sick passenger or a distressed person or something, they said we have to delay all the trains. That's the subway workers tell me, and 90% of the time, it's just a homeless guy going crazy, screaming and yelling. It's not actually somebody sick. That does happen. Once in a time, it's a crazy homeless person that they can't get out of the train. So they're going to send more cops, more emergency medical technicians to the station down there, and they're going to figure out ways to get people on and off trains faster. What does that mean?
Well, you know how it is. To get off, people are trying to get in at the same time.
You know, the people get off as fast as they can to get as fast. I don't ever see anybody lingering around the doorway and saying, yeah, I don't want to leave. It's hard. It's hard to get off the train. People are trying to get in. They figure it out in New York. I know how to do it. Just show Miller Shake, you can get off. Hey, we'll get to Conan O'Brien. He'll be sued for stealing. Go. Right. Yeah, but clearly they stole it. The way to hear the jokes, you can go out in the world and steal jokes. Like, steal these jokes. They weren't even that good. Hey, check out the webpage. There's some good stuff up there. Watch this. This is Condoleezza Rice. She's on The View. And they're making up that crazy Trump Russia collusion, Russia tampered. And they asked Condoleezza Rice, she's not a fan of Trump. And she's part of the Bush family. They don't like Trump, so she's not a Trump fan. Watch her. Condoleezza Rice straighten out these idiots on The View about this tampering story. And then, this is look at this, you'll be amazed. The day before the iPhone, what did the state-of-the-art smartphone look like? The day before the iPhone came out, with the Palm Trio 800. It's like the newest. Go take a look at how it works. Look at the screen. Look how the email works. Look at the GPS. Go look at this. You will not believe the day before the iPhone. This is what people were using. Oh, also got one more video. Take a look at the worst dating profiles, online dating profiles ever. Look at the things these guys are writing, the pictures these guys are using. It's all up on the web page. Go to 710WOI.com. Then go over to the Mark Simone page. You just go to 710WOI.com/Mark. 710WOI.com/Mark. Hats off to President Carter. Cancer-free after radio surgery. Why would the president choose radio surgery? For the same reason as treatment. Non-invasive, outpatient, highly successful treatment that hits the cancer. When every hospital, every facility, every doctor thought standard treatment was okay, Dr. Lederman had a better idea. Dr. Lederman, first with body radio surgery in America. Dr. Lederman hits the cancer with no cutting, no bleeding. That's radio surgery. He hits the cancer, brain, body, or prostate. Longest experience in America performing body radio surgery. Best wishes to President Carter. You too can have presidential cancer treatment at Radio Surgery, New York, 1384 Broadway at 38. Accepting most insurances, Medicare, Medicaid. For a free booklet, TV call 212 Choices. Presidential cancer treatment for you. Meet Dr. Lederman. Call 212 Choices, 212 Choices. Hey, if you haven't tried a mind pillow, it really will make a difference. I never had much trouble sleeping. Even for me, it made a difference. All the sleep factor. You feel better rested when you wake up. You don't toss and turn as much. Nothing gives you perfect support like a My Pillow. You might love the feel of the soft, luxurious down pillow, but it's the worst thing for you. The My Pillow, when you first get it, it's going to feel the...
Kills 13,000 people. A cop from Home.com who slapped a prankster in a bunny suit has cut a deal now to keep his job. Officer Nicholas Maresca has pleaded guilty to harassment and was fined $500. In exchange, prosecutors dropped an assault charge and requested a waiver from a state law that would have required the officer to resign. He apparently belted Kevin Hammerich, who put on the bunny costume and repeatedly blew an air horn inside a police station. WCBS
Why don't you arrest
Time,
him?
10:23.
Every time you blew the thing, Chuck.
Is upon us. I'm Anthony Diaz-Blue with the Blue Lifestyle Minute, sponsored by Cuisinart. May is National Barbecue Month, so let's get grilling. Chicken is wonderful, but don't cook it over too hot a fire or too close to the coals. Remember, easy does it with chicken. A whole leg of lamb can be turned on a spit, or it can be boned, butterflied, and marinated, then grilled Greek style. Practically every cut of beef can be grilled. Steak, hamburger, or London broil. Pork is also perfect for the grill. Chops, ham steaks, and especially spare ribs are ideal. Seafood is also terrific. Flaky fish has the tendency to stick, so it should be well oiled and cooked over moderate heat. Shellfish is great over a moderate fire with plenty of basting butter. Happy grilling. I'm Anthony Diaz-Blue, sponsored by Cuisinart, fine small appliances and cookware. Visit Cuisinart.com. This is the Blue Lifestyle Minute on WCBS News Radio 880.
WCBS News Time, 10:24. That's 10:24.
Memorial Day is around the corner, and Renewal by Anderson's Memorial Day window sale is in full swing. I'm Larry Landis, the local owner of Renewal by Anderson. During our Memorial Day sale, we're taking 20% off all replacement windows and patio doors, and taking an additional $250 off your entire project. Take advantage of our Memorial Day sale now through May 31st, and we'll install your windows while the weather is nice. Get 20% off all our windows and patio doors, and get an additional $250 off the whole project, with no money down, no payments, and no interest for a year. Renewal by Anderson's Memorial Day window sale ends on May 31st. Call and ask for an appointment during our sale. Call 1-800-613-8400. 1-800-613-8400. That's 1-800-613-8400.
Offer not available in all areas. Conditions and restrictions apply. Call for license information.
WCBS News Time, 10:25. Time now for business. From Bloomberg World Headquarters, a big good morning to Tracy Johnke. Good morning, Pat. The retail gives and retail takes away. way, and what could be another record day on Wall Street is looking rather iffy at the moment. The Dow is up just 3 points at 20,094. The Nasdaq has just switched from adding to yesterday's record to falling 1 point from that record. The S&P down 2 points from its record yesterday. Last week, Macy's and other major department stores revealed first quarter sales declines, and this week we hear from the discounters. TJ Maxx and Marshall's owner TJX is reporting sales growth. It is the weakest in 2 years, however, and TJX shares are down 4%. Target and Walmart also will have earnings reports this week. They are contributing to the losing side of Wall Street. Route 21 is filing for Chapter 11 bankruptcy protection. Last month said it would close 400 of its 1,100 stores. This is news at 25 and 55 past every hour. Tracy John, keep Bloomberg Business for WCBS News Radio 880. Thanks, Tracy. WCBS News Time 1026.
Procure Proton Therapy Center was the first in the tri-state area to bring the most advanced radiation treatment to the fight against prostate cancer. With up to 60% less radiation delivered to surrounding healthy tissue and organs versus X-ray radiation, proton therapy delivers safe and effective treatment with a low risk of long-term side effects, like incontinence and impotence. Procure is the only treatment center in the region using pencil beam scanning, which takes precision to the next level by painting tumors with proton radiation in 3 dimensions. Pencil beam scanning, in combination with a hydrogel spacer procedure, can further minimize the risk of unwanted side effects. At Procure, preserving quality of life is as important as fighting the cancer itself. To learn more, visit procure.com/NJ or call 1-855-3-PROTON. That's 1-855-3-PROTON.
WCBS News Time 1028. Time is running out to vote in New Jersey's June 6th primary. Today is the deadline to register. Voters have to return a completed form to their local or county election officials. Primary election will determine which candidates will run for governor and the legislature in November. 1028, time for traffic and weather. Together on the 8th. What's up? Jim Feldman.
Well, we're a little slow pad on the Brooklyn Bridge, and this report is sponsored by GNC all because of crash that's got a lane block, seeing some delays out on the Manhattan-bound Brooklyn Bridge as well. FDR, you're slow around that in the same area. You also have a problem on the inbound 59th Street Bridge, a disabled bus on the ramp from 57th Street to the upper level blocking the lane, so keep that one in mind. Good news in Queens, that accident and fire department activity on the NY northbound around Jewel Avenue has been cleared away, some leftover delays, and now we've got road work on the NY in both directions between Main Street and the Kew Gardens interchange. Still about 40 minutes inbound at the GWB, 25 at the Lincoln, 25 at the Holland and New Jersey Turnpike extension, on the Turnpike Eastern Spur, north of interchange 15. That crash cleared away, but now reports of a jackback tractor trailer truck report westbound at Teaneck Road, blocking all lanes. We will definitely check on that for you, and also an accident on the New England Thruway reported near around exit 17. Now on sale through May 17th, the best pre-workouts, proteins, vitamins, and fish oil are buy 2, get 1 free, and mix and match change begins at GNC. Your CBS 2's John Elliott with the latest weather forecast.
Yeah, thank you, Jim. Hi, everybody. So it's a mix of sun and clouds right now, and this is something we anticipate. I think ultimately the sun will win out with a west wind. It's a drier wind, so dew points will be lower too. Right now we're at 65. We're going to shoot for 79. That's right. That's finally above normal for May. 63 overnight tonight. 87 tomorrow. Humidity's up 2, and then 90 on Thursday would tie the record for the day. Both of those days, though, that's more of a southwest wind, so that's when you're going to see more of a temperature variation around the area with that wind. Cooler, low 80s. By Friday, it's summer. I'm John Elliott, CBS 2 Weather Center.
WCBS News Time 1030.
News, traffic, and weather for New York, New Jersey, and Connecticut. We are WCBS News Radio 880.
Good morning on this Tuesday, May 16th. I'm Pat Farnack. Here's the latest from the WCBS newsroom. Questions this morning about President Trump and sharing information with the Russians in the Oval Office. The MTA reveals a new plan to make your subway commute faster and more pleasant. A shift in...
Near zero. Looks amazing. It's Bernie Madoff. And who plays the Ruth? Michelle Pfeiffer. That's a little bit of a stretch, but she's a good-looking Ruth Madoff. Yeah. But how could you be Robinson, you know? And all the do with Scorsese. now you notice he doesn't call anymore. Leonardo DiCaprio's the new guy who gets all the roles in all the Scorsese movies. And now they're telling me, you know who you look like? Bernie Madoff. What do you think that means? I think he said, oh, you get to take a lot of makeup, right? He probably wondered, could he get enough makeup look like Bernie? He does look like yeah, he actually does. It's pretty good. Well, Roger will be here. He'll tell us if it's any good. Let's go to Peter in Jersey City. Hey, Peter. Peter? Louis in Sayreville.
Hello, Mark. Mark, I got a question for you. I got to pose a question for you. Just they're going after Trump so hard, and I see it so bad, and everybody sees it. You see it, everybody sees it. Mark, I want to pose this question to you. How long would it be, because this is in New York.
Oh, it's a question!
Yeah, the question is, how long would it be before Donald Trump calls martial law and gets the army in back of him and puts half of these people in jail where they're supposed to be? Let's get to that point.
Well, it's more likely the Washington Post will do that. These swamp people are on, they're at DEFCON 1, these swamp people trying to take him out. They have never seen anything like it. They never thought their little world would be threatened by an outsider coming in. You know, it's not just a personal thing with Donald Trump. They want to make sure no outsider ever dares to enter this game again. And not just Democrats, Republicans too. All of them, items, lobbyists, special interests, donors, and all their little guys. They did not want an outsider coming in there. And this is certainly the boldest ration is Washington outsiders again. But they want to for sure send a signal. Even if they can't take him out, they'll keep trying to do it, but they can't take him out. They want to let every outsider know. Stay the hell out. Don't come here. Hey, Conan O'Brien, apparently his writers did steal some jokes. It's clear that he stole jokes, but why would you steal these jokes? Okay, the one about the Patriots. Tom Brady got that truck as a price. So all I can give is this really won the game for us, the Seattle coach. Okay, that's an obvious joke. That's an obvious joke. If you gave that to 12 different comedy writers, 8 of them would come back with that joke. But this one, the town in Texas and in Tennessee that named streets after Bruce Jenner, and now they have to change it to Caitlin. And one will have to change from a cul-de-sac to a cul-de-no-sac. Okay, that's obviously stolen. People wouldn't have come up with that exactly. But why would you steal that joke? You have the whole internet to go find jokes. So he is a judge ruled that I didn't know what the law was on this. I mean, a joke is not really copyrightable, I guess. But maybe it is. Nobody's really tested this. You know, comedians hated Robin Williams. He would steal everybody's act. Go into comedy clubs, all the unknown comics, and a lot of them would refuse to perform if he was in the room. Really? Oh yeah, because he would steal everybody's stuff. There are a lot of guys who are famous for that. We go back to the beginning of the show. Al Jolson, who was the biggest star of his day, would go in and steal your act, and then he would come in and steal it, and then he would send his lawyers after you to sue you for doing it. When you sued. That's pretty good. But he had so much money and lawyers, he could get away with it. Hey, when we come back, Roger Friedman, the great entertainment reporter, will do this. We'll talk about this supposed shake-up at MSNBC. We'll see if the Madoff movie is any good. We'll find out about Brad Gray. And Scorsese, Pesci, and De Niro are getting together. We'll hear about that all coming up on 710 WOR. Let's get the latest news. Here's Joe Burrow.
All right, Mark, did President Trump admit that he revealed highly classified information to the Russians? In a tweet this morning, he says he has the absolute right to share facts pertaining to terrorism, not exactly information that he gave that was classified. The Washington Post said the material, though, was so sensitive, it hadn't even been shared with our allies. And DSP officials on the ground in Carlsbad, New Jersey today investigating yesterday's deadly plane crash. 2 pilots were killed in a plane attempting to land in Teterboro went down. Victims not yet identified. Officials had no idea what caused it. And the EPA has revealed the 6-point plan to improve subway performance. They're spending $20 million to test signals and tracks for frequently to help put additional subway cars into the system when there is a problem. Our next update at 11, breaking news at once. I'm Joe Bartlett on 710 WOR and NBC News Radio Station. Here's the WOR Weather Channel forecast. Retake the summer coming up here tomorrow and Thursday. Temperatures will climb into the 90s. High pressure builds in.
Partly cloudy here this afternoon, high 78. Fair tonight, low 61. Sunshine tomorrow, high here Monday, Thursday, partly cloudy, 92. Sunshine this hour, 66. That'll go along. Good day, everyone. I'm on the top. Wall Street stocks are little moved after yesterday's record run for the S&P 500 and the NASDAQ, shrugging off published reports which claim President Trump gave highly classified and sensitive information about ISIS to the Russians last week. It caused a great stir in Washington. Wall Street doesn't seem to be paying attention to it this morning. Overseas markets were mixed in Europe, Asia, in overnight trade. We've seen a little response to the ongoing political concerns in the value of the dollar, which declined again today. Gold is up a couple bucks as a consequence of oil extended yesterday's days on word that Russia and OPEC will continue their production cuts, although U.S. production continues to surge. Oil prices up modestly in the early going this morning. Treasury yields relatively unchanged. The market digesting inflated housing starts and industrial production data this morning in a relatively slow earnings calendar for today. I'm Ron Asana for New York 710 WOR.
Have you got back your puffiness under your eyes? We'll have to get rid of them. This Genucel really has done wonders for men and women. Millions of people have been using Genucel for a few years now. It's this luxurious cream, but it's got state-of-the-art everything. It's implanted stem cell technology, anti-aging peptides, and all this stuff that you rub a little under your eyes. It gets rid of the bags of puffiness. It also takes care of the fine lines and wrinkles, and you get results right away. In fact, you'll see results in the first 12 hours. They guarantee it, or your money back, and they've extended the Mother's Day sale. So if you call right now, you can get a free month supply with your order. They'll even upgrade you for free. So call right now, 800-525-4971. Do it right now. Get a free month supply. Get free shipping. 800-525-4971. 800-525-4971. Broadway's Come From Away has just been nominated for every Best Musical Award this season, including the Tony Award. Newsweek cheers. It does what the best musicals do. Takes you to a place you never want to leave. And like all says, it deserves the highest praise. And the New York Times declares it's a critic's pick and the catharsis we need in this American life. Celebrate the best heroes and Come From Away. The remarkable true story. Get your tickets at telecharge.com. New Yorkers living in rent-regulated apartments may be able to freeze their rent if your rent stabilized. Lease renewal begins by September 30th, 2017. Great news. The Rent Guidelines Board voted a 0% increase for one-year lease renewals, 2% increase for two-year renewals, and if you're 62 years and older or with a disability and earn $50,000 or less, you may be eligible for NYC Rent Freeze program and even longer freeze. Call 311 to find out, 711 for relay service, or visit nyc.gov/freeze your rent.
Memorial Day is around the corner, and Renewal by Anderson's Memorial Day window sale is in full swing. I'm Larry Landis, the local owner of Renewal by Anderson. During our Memorial Day sale, we're taking 20% off all replacement windows and patio doors, and taking an additional $250 off your entire project. Take advantage of our Memorial Day sale now through May 31st, and we'll install your windows while the weather is nice. Get 20% off all our windows and patio doors, and get an additional $250 off the whole project, with no money down, no payments, and no interest for a year. Renewal by Anderson's Memorial Day window sale ends on May 31st. Call and ask for an appointment during our sale. Call 1-800-637-4747. 1-800-637-4747. That's 1-800-637-4747.
Offer not available in all areas. Conditions and restrictions apply. Call for license information.
Listen to the Taxi Dave Show every Sunday at 8 p.m. to hear about transportation issues and information that affect you. Taxi Dave will discuss buses, trains, planes, gas prices, recalls, ticket quotas, bike lanes, vehicle recalls, infrastructure, and taxis. You'll hear information not heard anywhere in New York City. Down-to-earth perspective. So allow Taxi Dave to help you see the light at the end of the tunnel and the bridges where tolls are too high. The Taxi Dave Show, Sundays at 8 p.m. here on 710 WOR.
If the relationship that you have with your bank is the third teller from the left, then maybe it's time to rethink your relationship. At Melrose Credit Union, union, they believe you should get much more from a banking relationship. That's why Melrose Credit Union provides members with a business services specialist, a dedicated individual who takes the time to get to know you and who is responsible for handling every single interaction you have with the credit union. So you can continue to wait for teller number 3 or head over to Melrose Credit Union. They look forward to getting to know you.
Hey, there's a company that you should know about. They make the most beautiful custom-made shirts. Proper cloth. I could tell you how beautiful, how great these shirts look. Just go to the website. Just see the pictures. You'll know exactly what I mean. Propercloth.com. Now, they were running commercials here, and I said, wait a minute. I love those shirts. I wear them. They're great. I'll do the commercial. I love Proper Cloth. Now, here's the deal. You get beautiful fabrics. Incredible dress shirts, casual shirts, but what they do, and I've had custom shirts from all kinds of shirt makers, nothing better than this. They do it all online. It really works. You go on propercloth.com, they'll ask you a bunch of questions about this size or what shape, or, and once you answer the 10 questions, that you put into an algorithm, it'll make that shirt fit you exactly, no matter what's wrong with your body. Your neck is too big, this arm is too long, your stomach is too this. It's a really perfect fit and beautiful fabrics. Again, just go to the website and see what I mean. Propercloth.com. So once you got your size in there, you just pick the fabrics and you can design your own shirt. They're really beautiful. And once you got your size and everything in there in your account, anytime you want more shirts, you just click. They're really great. Go to propercloth.com. You'll see what I mean as soon as you see the pictures. Propercloth.com. Now here's the deal. Use my name. Just use the code word MARK, M-A-R-K, and you'll save $20 on your first shirt. Just use the code MARK, save $20. But do yourself a favor. Go look at this website, propercloth.com. They're the most perfect custom-made shirts. They really look great. Propercloth.com.
Mets and Diamondbacks play Game 2 of their 3-game series tonight in Phoenix. Tommy Malone makes the second Mets start against Zach Greinke. Hi, I'm Howie Rose.
And this is Josh Lewin. Our coverage begins at 8:30 with Pete McCarthy and Mets on deck. Howie and I have got all the play-by-play with first pitch at 9:40.
It's New York Mets baseball, right here on 710 WOR.
Live from the iHeart Tower in Tribeca, Mr. New York's largest abode on WOR.
Well, Roger Friedman runs this great website, Showbiz411.com. They always get the best entertainment news and stories. Showbiz411.com. Roger Friedman, how you doing?
Okay, Mark, how are you?
Good. Have you actually seen this Bernie Madoff movie, this HBO movie?
I've seen it, and it's terrific. And it starts, I think, this Saturday on HBO with Robert De Niro playing Bernie Madoff and Michelle Pfeiffer as the wife, Ruth. And it's a fabulous film.
It's Barry Levinson, right? The great
Barry Levinson, who directed Rain Man and Wag the Dog and Diner and Tin Men. And I just announced on my website this morning that Barry Levinson is going to direct Al Pacino in a new HBO movie, and Al Pacino is going to play Joe Paterno.
Oh!
How do you like that? They're going to finally make this Paterno-Sandusky movie. It was on 3 years ago. They tried to get it on, and it got canceled for some reason. And but now it's going to happen.
Well, I'm sure they're thrilled about that down at the University of Pennsylvania. Or Penn State.
Penn State, where there's also this hazing thing now. I think Penn State doesn't sound like a terrific place to go to school.
Oh,
anyway. You're sure it's fine.
Oh, yeah, but that Madoff movie, you would recommend everybody watch it.
The Madoff movie, everyone should see. De Niro did just perfect. He's going to win an Emmy Award. And Michelle Pfeiffer is, I wish we saw her more often. She's really great as Ruth Madoff. Remember she was Married to the Mob?
Yeah.
And she had a great, Brooklyn accent.
Yeah. How are you going to do it? Stay there now?
Her New York accent to play Ruth. And, they don't make them sympathetic, because they do tell that it's like a Shakespearean tragedy, what Madoff did to his family, and what he did to all his investments.
You think the family,
horrible thing.
You think the family didn't know?
This movie is of the mind, and it's based on a book from a lot of interviews that the boys did not know. And of course, both of the sons are dead now.
Oh,
one committed suicide and one died of cancer.
Oh.
They're both dead.
Oh, okay. But Ruth Madoff lives in Greenwich, Connecticut now, and her grandchildren are up there. I just assume they're with the wife, obviously.
They're with their mother. Their grandchildren are with their mothers, but the sons are dead. So it's basically Madoff. One of the sons, hanged himself, and the other one died of cancer very quickly. That one, Andrew, I actually met a couple of times.
Yeah.
And it was a real tragedy, but they swore they did not know anything. And it's from this movie, and also there's a movie playing, a miniseries that's playing with Richard Dreyfuss, which also sort of takes that stand that the boy did not know anything.
Well, everybody watched that Madoff movie. It's on this weekend.
It's just great.
Hey, what's the deal now? Scorsese is going to make a movie with Pesci and De Niro again?
Scorsese has, De Niro's been trying to, I wrote about this years ago. That was the first time I wrote about it. It's called I Heard You Paint Houses, and it's about the Jimmy Hoffa murder. And it's a real mob story. It's a perfect Scorsese story. They've really been working on it for the last 7 years. They're going to start shooting this summer. Like De Niro, Pacino, Pesci, Bobby Cannavale, and maybe Harvey Keitel, like a Scorsese all-star. And so that's not a movie everybody wants to see.
Yeah, it's going to be like senior citizen gangsters. And De Niro...
Well, they're pretty lively, this gang. I mean, you can't say Pacino and De Niro are senior citizens. They are pretty lively.
Well, I hear in the movie, De Niro makes you an offer you can't remember.
And Bobby Cannavale, is sort of the hot young guy in that group, so that's going to be very terrific.
Hey, what's the deal with MSNBC? Why would this Lawrence O'Donnell be out?
Well, Lawrence O'Donnell, I'm confirming, I think, is out, and the network has not called to negotiate with him. His contract is up in a couple of weeks.
But they're always struggling over there, and now they're trying to get ratings. Why tamper at a time like this?
Yeah, and they've caused a big uproar on the internet. People are sending tweets and petitions, and they love Lawrence O'Donnell. And he is very liberal, and he's been incredibly critical of Donald Trump.
But the only thing is he should recuse himself from that because he once got so badly humiliated by Trump. He was telling these lies about Trump's salary, and Trump got a bunch of lawyers and headed to court with him, and he was forced to apologize publicly.
Well, I don't know about that. All I know
it was a big deal.
I like watching Lawrence O'Donnell. I think he's very smart and very articulate. And,
of course, he got caught in a massive lie and had to publicly apologize. It was quite humiliating. So,
will Trump have to apologize for the things he's done in the last 24 hours?
No, because this was, he actually made up, O'Donnell made up a whole fake story. And I think O'Donnell's lawyers told him, you're going to lose a lot of money here. You better just apologize.
I would have checked that out.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, it looks like he's going to be leaving MSNBC. And
who would you put in there at 10 o'clock after Rachel Maddow?
I don't know. I don't know what they're after exactly. I mean, but they have added Greta Van Susteren, who's conservative from Fox.
No, she's a liberal.
She's not a liberal.
Oh yeah, no, she was always the liberal at Fox. Yeah, she's a liberal.
She's a Scientologist. I don't know about a liberal.
No, she's a liberal. She's always branded herself a liberal.
I've never seen her that way. And
wait, let me rephrase that. To you, she's actually a conservative, but
maybe
on the normal, yes. Hey, you know what?
And then Angie and Megyn Kelly.
Yeah, but you know why I put it at 9 o'clock?
Who?
Ed Schultz, bring him back.
Oh yeah, I don't know. Maybe that might be a good idea. What about you?
I'm busy.
I'd like to see the Mark Simone show at 10 p.m.
As you know, I'm busy at 10 o'clock at night. I'm out at 10 o'clock at night going to stuff. That's when I run into you all the time. So
I'm hoping that they'll make some kind of deal with Lawrence O'Donnell on today. I think that I'm probably wrong, but it seems like it's not going to happen.
You got into a huge fight with Andy Lack when Andy Lack came over there. They wanted to move his time period. He refused to move.
They wanted to move him to 6 p.m. No one wants to be at 6 p.m.
I don't know. That's a pretty good thing. But he had something in his contract. He was able to fight it off. But you know how that is when you get a fight with the boss at a media company.
I've never heard of that before.
No, but it lingers. You think it's over and it's not over.
It's never over.
And
Brad Gray, which he was a terrific guy. Listen, believe me, I'm sure people will write negative things about him. But he was a great guy. He produced
The Sopranos, produced Scorsese's The Departed, and then ran Paramount for 12 years and had a lot of hits. And he stepped down from his job in February. We thought he was stepping down because he was being forced out. Turns out he had some kind of cancer that was coming on very fast, and he passed away 2 days ago.
Yeah, but he had incredible eye for talent. He had, look at all the guys he had, from Gary Sharon, like the Dennis Miller.
Oh, yeah. He had a great eye for talent. He was in business with a guy you may remember named Bertie Brillstein.
Yeah.
And they had Brillstein Great Productions. And they did Larry Sanders Show with Larry Sandlin. They did lots and lots of hit shows before Brad went off on his own. And it's really terrible. He's 59 years old. He's my age. I've known him all my professional life. I don't think that most of us in the business have. And he would have gone on to make a lot of great movies. This is a big surprise.
If you want to read more,
terrible show.
you want to read more about all this stuff, go to showbiz411.com. It's a great website. Check it all the time. It's always new stories. Showbiz411.com. And Roger Friedman, thanks for being with us.
Thank you.
Take care. And everybody, check out our webpage. There's some great stuff up there. Condoleezza Rice, she's on The View. And now remember, Condoleezza Rice is no Trump fan. She's a member of the Bush family there. They don't like Trump. But she's on The View, and these View left-wing idiots are all yelling about Russia tampering. Watch Condoleezza Rice straighten them out. She just kind of leaves them speechless. And that's a great video. And then this is amazing. The day before the iPhone, what were we actually using? The day before the iPhone was invented, what was the state-of-the-art smartphone? Well, we have a video of it. It was the greatest thing you could have done was the Palm Trio 800. Go look at this. Look at it now and look what it looked like, and the buttons, and what the screen looked like, and what the GPS looked like.
How you doing? When are they getting rid of these guys? When are they getting rid of them? Go on. I heard the contract's going to be over. Somebody told me the contract's going to be over.
Oh, yeah?
Same thing here, I'm hoping. CNS is bringing their own trucks. You know what I mean? They're going to pay you. They're going to pay you by the hour. Yeah, find out.
I know, we didn't get paid by the hour.
Huh?
We didn't get paid by the hour.
You get paid by the hour?
Yeah.
Yeah, but CNS is going to pay all of us by the hour.
Oh, yeah?
You want to come in here? Because I think that lane is closed over there. Come on, dude, move. That lane is closed. me, they won't hit you like this. That lane is closed over there.
That's right. Everybody goes to the right, yeah.
Right. Yo, you want to come in this lane? You want to come here?
I'm good, buddy. I'm just asking, brother. Thank you.
CD 710.
State Senator in New Jersey says he's going to try again. Building in the Bronx, it happened just after 8 this morning at a barber shop at 174th Street. Not clear what led to the accident. 4 frat brothers at Baruch College have pleaded guilty to voluntary manslaughter in connection with the death of a 19-year-old who died during a hazing incident. The victim, Michael Begg. News correspondent Gio Benitez reports.
Took the former frat brothers nearly an hour to drive them to the hospital, 45 minutes away. And during that time, prosecutors say they were making calls to the fraternity president to said hide all of the evidence. Prosecutors also say they found internet searches that said concussion, can't wake up, and pupils don't dilate. This was all part of the plan, they say, to cover up this tragedy.
And the George Washington Bridge bus terminal has reopened 3 years after renovation work began.
There's new lighting, TV monitors, an inside waiting area with air conditioning and heat, restaurants, and even a gym. Renovation to the George Washington Bridge bus station here finally complete. 2 years late, millions over budget. The passengers are smiling.
Way past due, but I'm very happy and it looks great. I don't plan to do it anymore.
The station expected to serve 5 million passengers annually. I'm Scott Pringle for 710 WOR.
It's now 11:04. In just a moment to check on Wall Street and the weather.
Hey guys, do you have trouble finding dress shirts that fit? You search the store for hours, but nothing fits, so you settle for a shirt that fits around the neck, but is too big around the waist? Stop compromising. Join the thousands of men who switch to Proper Cloth. In just seconds, with 10 simple questions, ProperCloth.com generates your custom shirt size. Stop spending hours trying to find your fit. Start looking your best. Visit ProperCloth.com and use promo code iHeart to save $20 on your first custom fit shirt. Proper Cloth. Perfect fitting shirts for everyone.
Calling founders, disruptors, and corporate innovators. Want to grow your company or career and network with investors, startups, and influencers? Learn from the best minds in tech and entrepreneurship. Join thousands at the Propelify Innovation Festival on the Hoboken waterfront on May 18th. We have talk, tech, exhibitors, investors, drones, music, and more. Visit Propelify.com/radio for special ticket pricing. PROPELIFY at Propelify.com. Don't let your ideas sit idle. Let's propel.
Our news at 11 o'clock brought to you by Dr. Lederman's Radio Surgery, New York. Call 212 Choices for more information. Now, Wall Street stocks are lower in the early trading here. The Dow Jones Industrial Average is down 24 points. The S&P is down 3. The NASDAQ up about a point in the early trade.
Here's a WOR Weather Channel forecast. A brief taste of summer coming up here for tomorrow and Thursday, as temperatures will climb into the 90s as high pressure builds in. Partly cloudy here this afternoon, high 78. Fair tonight, low 61. Sunshine tomorrow with a high near 90. Thursday, partly cloudy, 92. Sunshine this hour, 66. WOR.
This report brought to you by Staying Alive, a Netflix original series.
Now streaming on Netflix.
I'm Tracy Fox. My new Netflix original comedy special called Staying Alive is available on Netflix Tuesday. Y'all laugh. Y'all cry. Baby folks.
The Mets losing streak now 5. They fall to Arizona 7-3. They take on the Diamondbacks again tonight. Coverage on WOR begins at 8:05. It's 11:06 right now, and that's our news. Our next update at 11:30. Breaking news at once. Wake up with Lemberg and Toshnet in the morning, 6 to 10 tomorrow. I'm Joe Bartlett on 710 WOR, an NBC News radio station.
Your shot at $1,000. Now, text the word WIN to 200-200. You'll receive a confirmation text. Standard message and data rates apply. That's WIN to 200-200.
710 WOR. Mark the phone on the voice of New York. 710 WOR.
Well, if you look at that. It's sunny. It's going to be 80 today, 85 tomorrow, maybe 90 by the end of the week. Isn't that amazing? And we never really quite had a real spring, did we? No, it's been kind of yucky. A little spring, and then all of a sudden it's summer. We got lots to talk about. We'll get to the fake news, the Washington Post, the New York Times, the Swamp. We'll get to NBC. You have to remember, like this story about he went into the meeting. He leaked out the most secret classified information. Nobody believes that happened. I know the crazy left does. But he may have told him something about the plot with the laptops, which you all knew about anyway. But everybody in the room said there was no real secrets leaked out. He didn't give away any sources or any locations or any methods. Everybody in the room denies that. The Washington Post hasn't got a single source on this. I know they keep saying we have multiple sources. None of them had any knowledge of this. They weren't there. They're all deep state guys. They're all, by the way, former Obama administration officials, still, not officials, but, you know, government people, still lingering around there. I think, Joe Bartlett, we got a lot of email about you. You seem to passionately want to believe this. It's not just you. It's, the problem is, especially news guys, they don't realize there is no more Washington Post. There is no more New York Times. It doesn't exist anymore.
But this is, I do not believe it's a made-up story. Now, there may be...
Well, they do make up stories on a regular basis. Well, look at the Sean Spicer in the bush. It turns out they just, somewhere, I'll bring it back tomorrow maybe. We have a list on the website of fake news stories made up by the Times, made up by the Washington Post. They do it all the time.
But there are sources, and
No sources.
Well, no name sources.
No, there's no sources and any knowledge of what happened.
What makes me suspicious is McMaster, who's going to speak again, came out last night and said the story is false. They didn't give anything.
Yeah.
And then Trump proves this morning that he did.
Well, he may have said something. I think Greg Gutfeld said it best. He said you have a total nothing happened, and you got the fake news Washington Post. He said the story's probably somewhere in the middle.
I agree with you.
All right,
I'll agree with you on that.
I think we just have to make an important point, and this is really important. That a lot of people, especially older people, they see it in the New York Times and they want to believe it. I don't mean this, but I mean all these fake stories about Trump. They just want to believe it, but they can't get it through their heads. The New York Times doesn't exist anymore. You're thinking of Abe Rosenthal and Arthur Gelb and the guys that ran it, great names in journalism. You're thinking of William Safire. They're all gone. This is a whole new regime of very corrupt people. The New York Times is now owned by the Mexican Carlos Slim. You got guys like David Brooks who are lying, dangerous guys. They're not the great old New York Times columnists. The Washington Post, you keep thinking of Catherine Graham and Ben Bradley and all those, they're all gone. This is Jeff Bezos, a nice little guy, little internet guy who's got all kinds of plots and agendas and things going on. And you've got these young, dangerous writers. And it's not Woodward and Bernstein anymore. They're all gone. This doesn't exist anymore. It's a different paper nowadays. Everybody that worked at the New York Times back then has said if Abe Rosenthal were alive, he would never allow this to go on. You can't take the whole paper and just use it as a weapon and just some stories are true, some are half true, some are totally made up. You would never allow that.
Well, look, I'll tell you, it is tiring to constantly have these negative stories.
Yeah, and a great deal is totally fictitious.
Where's the positive stuff?
Well, that's what I'm saying. They don't print it.
Where is it? Give me one.
Oh, we've got plenty of things. Our relationship with China, the dramatic improvement with it.
We've documented that.
Yeah, no, I mean, there's plenty of positive things if you want to get them. But I'm not saying it's the right positive stuff, but we've never been in a period like this before. Stephen Colbert is a good example. There's never been a late-night show where every show is one topic, start to finish.
I will agree. It's tiring.
And just this drumbeat of negativity. And Jake Novak, the great CNBC writer, writes, our democracy is being threatened right now by the press, who've completely stopped being the press and just gone into kill mode in an attempt to take out the president. Now look at Woodward and Bernstein. They were investigating something that happened. There had been a break-in. Who broke in? And then somebody paid money to cover it up. Where was this money? They were tracing this down. Can you imagine the whole paper all day long just attacks on Nixon? There was nothing else. Even in the furniture section, here's what's wrong with Nixon's furniture. The whole paper. I mean, it's just constant attack.
It hasn't gotten to that point, but it has.
It has. Every inch of every paper. Hey, MSNBC, which is the craziest place on earth, looks like Lawrence O'Donnell is out at 10 o'clock. MSNBC never got any ratings. It was always struggling. Now they're starting to get some ratings. This is a crazy time to make any kind of change. Usually if you're doing well for the first time, you don't touch anything.
Well, you just touched on it. I mean, the reason you do this negative reporting is it's popular.
Yeah, the only thing is, two things with O'Donnell. He had a big fight with Andrew Lack, who's now running MSNBC. I think it was a while back, but those things don't go away. Yeah, they remember that? They remember. Also, he's kind of corrupted when it comes to Trump. He's not, I mean, he should recuse himself for he started this whole lie. Remember he went after Trump? Way back in the beginning of the campaign, he said Trump is lying about his salary from The Apprentice. Trump talked about making $14 million off The Apprentice for years. And O'Donnell said, I have absolute sources. It was $50,000 an episode, some crazy numbers. So Trump got a bunch of lawyers and took him to court. And it was O'Donnell and owed a ton of money. So he publicly apologized. He issued a very public apology, which was humiliating to him. And I'm sure he never got over that. So I think, I mean, none of these people are objective on Trump anyway, but he's like over the top, not objective. So speaking of fake news, you know, I keep telling you about the rigged polls. You know, they've had polls for weeks. Trump's approval is 36%, 26%. And going to the metrics, we see they rigged them. They took Republicans down to 23%, but they should have been 36%. But there's a poll yesterday, I think it was NBC, Wall Street Journal, that had its approval rating at 19. Well, I had some poll experts go into those metrics. Apparently, they're not even voters that were surveyed. They used illegals. They used homeless. They used anything they could find. Normally, when you go into the metrics, it'll say registered voters, likely voters. This just said adults. And they couldn't come up with any party affiliation for any of these people. Because according to polls we looked at, they believe many of them were illegals. But that's why they had no party affiliation. They could state. And it was only 800 people. Now, they also, some of these pollsters also said, one of the reasons you do that is a lot cheaper. You can poll registered voters or likely voters. You've got to first track them down, and that costs money. But if you just grab any 800 people over the age of 18, it's a lot cheaper. You can do that in a half hour. You don't have to figure out who they are. So apparently that Wall Street Journal, NBC poll, nobody can figure out who the hell they actually talked to. They don't seem to be registered voters of any kind. FBI director, Trey Gowdy, pulled out of consideration. Yes. Just a big shock. I think he has like a 1% chance of getting it. He's that weird-looking guy, strange-looking guy who comes with a ton of baggage. You would need like 4 or 5 doormen just to carry all his luggage into the FBI. So he's out. I think Ray Kelly is still high on the list.
Well, they say they prefer a non-politician. Think Kelly can be confirmed?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Longest serving NYPD commissioner, top law enforcement guy, impeccable reputation.
Too close to Trump?
He's not close to Trump at all. They had no relationship. I mean, of course they've met and they like each other, but they've had no relationship of any kind. Even when he was police commissioner, they were very friendly, but they had no relationship of any kind. Who else is on the list? There's a couple of senators and congressmen. Mike Rogers.
Mike Rogers, yeah.
I don't know about him. Only because he's there was a Fox News contributor.
Yes.
A little too visible, a little too public. They want a quieter guy for this. Oh, by the way, Melania will move to Washington. The problem with Barron Trump going to school, they couldn't find a school in Washington. All the presidents send their kids to the private school Sidwell Friends. It's a very fine private school. It is also a communist indoctrination camp. It is the most oh my God, it's the most liberal.
Isn't that like Quaker?
It's a Quaker school, but you've never seen anything that liberal. And I've seen, a lot of people whose kids have gone to that school, and they come out, you can never speak to these kids again because they come out with indoctrination camp. Every teacher is Bernie Sanders and Saul Alinsky. So there's no way that Trump would send their kids there, and if they did, the kid would be tortured and bullied nonstop by these crazy liberals. So there's a couple of other schools in Washington, D.C., but they couldn't find one that wasn't either too liberal or too substandard. So they found a school. It's in Potomac, Maryland. I think they leave Washington. So he will go to St. Andrew's Episcopal School in Potomac, Maryland. It's about a half-hour drive from the White House. It has about 600 students. 7-to-1 student teacher ratio is pretty good.
7-to-1?
Well, it's a fine private school. Yes, so. They should move down there. over the summer, and Barron will go to school in Washington. Great. I'll be living in the White House.
Do we know what their summer plans are yet?
Yeah, Bedminster, probably. It looks like Bedminster. Bedminster's a wonderful, beautiful town. It's very, horses, fox hunting. I see a lot of Republicans there. A lot of speed force looking sort of very, well-mannered people, quiet, sort of distinguished. But I would think if he's going to spend a lot of time there in the summer, these crazy nutjob protesters and sort of so they'll have to do something.
Does he take vacation?
Who? Trump? Well, yeah, that's what he does on the weekends. Those are vacations. But his idea of a vacation is you work all day, but take a break and play golf. I mean, he's not a guy that sits playing pool. 2 weeks in Hawaii or no, you never take a vacation. I think a weekend is about all he can do. Although he might move to Bedminster for a week and work out of there. But when he goes on a vacation for a weekend, there'll be 10 meetings a day, 20 business phone calls, and he reads constantly. He's a big reader. So when he flies over, these guys come to nice numbers, they go like 350 square, and $1 million all the stuff he reads. So that's his idea of a vacation. Well, yeah, mine too. Well, a lot of presidents have had summer White Houses. The Bush would go to that ranch in Texas. Reagan would go to his ranch in California. Nixon would go to where did he go? He had a San Barbara. He had a Key Biscayne house. Then it was a San Clemente. He had a house there. And the Clintons and the Obamas, they would always go to Martha's Vineyard or some little billionaire enclave and hang out there. And you remember Theodore Roosevelt every summer moved to Oyster Bay, where he was from, and that was the White House. There was a building. It's right in the middle of town in Oyster Bay. It's now the restaurant Wild Honey. In fact, there's a very good restaurant. If you ever go in here, look on the side of the building. There's a plaque that says this was the summer White House for years for Theodore Roosevelt. So I love that. Can you imagine? Yeah, of course, that was years ago. You couldn't do this today because Theodore Roosevelt would be on the LIE going, "What the hell is distracting?" Or he'd be on 106 there waiting at that red light that goes for like 5 minutes, yelling and screaming. So, hey, the new Apple Watch, you might think I haven't seen this Apple Watch. What they're going to do is the band, what's the secret to the new watch, is going to be a special band that measures everything. So they become like a medical watch. This band can tell your glucose, your blood pressure, everything else. Well, in 8,000 years from now, this watch will be so sophisticated, you'll know like 6 hours ahead of time you're having a heart attack, it'll tell you, but it knows all this kind of stuff. How they're going to say these retail stores, they got another point. We'll get to that in a moment. Oh, those are the new Apple stores. They look like they're pretty amazing. Check out the webpage. There's a lot of great stuff up there. Speaking of Apple, the day before the iPhone was invented, one way you've been talking, and you don't even remember, dude, 10 years ago. I think I had one of those. I still have them. Stay in. But go look at this video. It takes you back to the day before the iPhone. And it shows you what the state-of-the-art smartphone looked like. It was the Palm Trio 800 just come out. Look at what it looks like. Look at the button. Look what the screen looks like. Look at what email looks like on it. The GPS. You'd be amazed at how primitive it was. That's just on the webpage. Also, watch Condoleezza Rice, who's not a Trump fan. She's with the Bushes. They don't like Trump. But she's on The View. Few idiots are yelling about Russia tampering with the election. Watch her straighten it out. It's pretty good. And then there's one more video. Take a look at the worst online dating profiles ever. The worst pictures of guys you've ever seen. The worst things you could write. It's all up on the webpage. Go to 710WOR.com. And then you go over to the Mark Zuckerberg page. Or you can just go to 710WOR.com/Mark. 710WOR.com/Mark.
Hi, I'm Ryan from 1-800-GOT-JUNK. I was told you could make us feel better. That's why we're here.
Everything just seems so,
Everything is about to get better, ma'am. You have a diagnosis, Brian? I have really good news. You're about to feel great. I sure hope so. You're suffering from too much junkitis.
how did we get it?
It's a common affliction, ma'am. Is there a cure? Point at something you haven't used in the past 12 months. Wow, it's gone. Try it how honey. You'll feel light as a feather.
Something I haven't used?
All you have to do is point.
I feel like I'm flying.
It's a crazy kind of freedom.
I can breathe again.
That's the sound of optimism and energy and possibilities. We work until midnight, 7 days a week, so you never have to take off work to meet us. Call 1-800-GOT-JUNK or visit 1-800-GOTJUNK.com.
Please need an MRI or PET scanner of the Swanger, Missouri Sinus Radiology Centers. They're all over Long Island, 22 locations. Soon to be one in Queens, too, but Swanger, Missouri, state-of-the-art radiology doctors love recommending people to Swanger, Missouri. MRI, for instance, because the 3T MRI is faster, it's better than regular MRI. In fact, you can get the image in 10 minutes, and it's also got that wide, more open-sided features, much more comfortable. CT scans, X-rays, ultrasound, mammography. They got 3D mammography. It's not just the best equipment, but it's got the finest radiologists. Each radiologist has a sub